Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most important and sometimes most nerve-wracking parts of the real estate process, the home inspection. So whether you're buying or selling a home, the home inspection can be a make or break moment. But I want to take the fear and mystery out of it by walking you through what to expect and what's actually being inspected, how much it typically costs, how long it takes, and even what type of specialized inspections are available. By the end of this video, you'll be fully equipped to navigate the home inspection process like a pro. So let's jump in. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a home inspection? A home inspection is a professional evaluation of a property's condition, both structurally and mechanically. It's usually performed shortly after a buyer's offer is accepted. Think of it like a checkup for the house. The inspector is looking for potential issues, big or small, that could affect the value of the home or safety of the people living in it. Now, a home inspection isn't a pass or fail test. There's no grade at the end. Instead, it's a snapshot of the property's current condition. The inspector creates a report that outlines what they found, and then it's up to the buyer and seller to decide what to do with that information. Maybe repairs will be requested, maybe a credit is negotiated, or maybe nothing needs to be done at all. A good inspection brings clarity. It's not about nitpicking, it's about knowing what you're walking into, so you're not surprised down the line. Let's talk about what exactly the inspector is looking at during the appointment. The inspector will evaluate all major systems and components that are accessible and visible at the time of the inspection. That includes the roof, the foundation, the electrical system, the plumbing, the HVAC, the attic, the insulation, walls, ceilings, floors, doors, and windows. Let's break down a little more. Starting with the roof, they're checking for missing or damaged shingles, flashing issues, water intrusion, and generally age and condition. They'll also look at how the gutters are attached and whether drainage is working properly. So when it comes to foundation and structure, the inspector is on the lookout for cracks in walls, uneven floors, sticking doors or windows, signs of shifting, settling, or movement in the home structure. For plumbing, they'll test water pressure, check for leaks under sinks, inspect visible pipe, and make sure all toilet, tub, and faucets are working. They're also keeping an eye out for water stains that could indicate a past or current leak. The electrical system inspection includes looking at the service panel, testing outlets, checking for exposed wiring or unsafe conditions, and ensuring there are ground fault circuit GFCIs in the proper locations like kitchens and bathrooms. As for the HVAC system, the inspector will both test heating and cooling systems, inspect ductwork if accessible, and note the age of the units. They're not HVAC specialists, but they will alert you to anything that seems outdated, malfunctioning, or not up to code. Then there's the attic and insulation. Is there enough insulation? Is it properly installed? Are there signs of pests? How's the ventilation? Moisture up here can lead to big problems, if not caught early. Finally, the inspector checks the interior of the home, the walls, the ceilings, the floors, the windows, the doors, and stairway, looking for proper function and signs of damage. What they don't do is anything invasive. Inspectors don't open up walls, remove flooring, or dig into landscaping. They don't guarantee future performance either. They report what they see on that particular day. Now, how long should you expect a home inspection to take? Most standard home inspections take about 2.5 to 3 hours for an average sized home. If the home is larger, older, and has additions, or there are multiple systems to check, it could take longer. If you're the buyer, I highly recommend that you attend the inspection at least toward the end. The inspector can give you a walkthrough and point out the major findings before the full report is sent out. This is your opportunity to ask questions in real time, get clarifications, and learn more about how your future home works. Now let's talk about money. How much does a home inspection cost? In most cases here in Northern Kentucky, a standard home inspection ranges from $375 to $600. Prices vary depending on square footage, the age of the home, and whether additional inspections are being bundled in. For example, if you also are getting a radon test, a termite inspection, or sewer scope, these will be additional, but we'll dive into those specialty inspections in just a minute. Remember, this is typically a buyer paid cost and is due at the time of inspection. It is not rolled into your closing cost, so it's something you'll want to budget for separately during your buying process. One of the most common is a radon inspection. Radon is an odorless, tested radioactive gas that can seep into homes through the foundation. Long-term exposure is linked to lung cancer. The EPA recommends testing in every home, especially if it has a basement. Radon tests typically cost around $150 to $200, and they take 48 hours. Another common add-on is a termite or a wood destroying insect inspection. This is essential in areas where termites, carpenter bees, or power post beetles are prevalent. These pests can do structural damage if left unchecked. Let's walk through what happens the day of the inspection. If you're the buyer, your agent will coordinate scheduling once you're under contract. The inspection is usually scheduled within the first 7 to 10 days after the contract is signed, during your due diligence period. The inspector arrives and begins outside, evaluating the roof, the gutters, the drainage, the siding, the windows, grading, and foundation. Then they'll move inside and begin working room by room. They test systems, run appliances, open cabinets, test outlets, and document everything with photos and notes. They're using tools like moisture meters, outlet testers, cameras, and ladders. But again, they're not cutting into anything or moving drywall. After the inspection, the inspector complies with anything into digital report. This report is often delivered within 24 hours and includes photos, notes, recommendations, and something even estimated costs or suggested timelines for repairs. It's an incredible, valuable tool, and your agent will go over it with you to decide your next move. So what usually shows up in a home inspection? The most common findings include things like loose outlets, missing GFCIs, slow drainage, older HVAC systems, cracked driveways, broken windows, seals, or roof shingle showing age. These are not deal breakers. They're maintenance items. They're more serious issues that could raise a red flag might include foundation, movement, major roof damage, active leaks, mold, or electrical hazards. Again, no home is perfect, not even new construction, and your realtor is here to help you interpret what's a real issue and what's just cosmetic. Now let's dive into some of the other types of inspections that might be recommended based on the age, the location, condition of the home. This inspection runs about 85 to 150 and is often required by VA and FHA loans. Next up, a sewer scope inspection. This is where a small camera is sent through the main sewer line to check for blockages, cracks, or a tree root invasion. If the home is older and has large trees in the yard, this is strongly recommended. The cost for a sewer scope is typically around $200 to $300. You might also consider a mold inspection if there are signs of water damage or a musty odor. Mold can affect indoor air quality and cause health problems. This can range from $250 to $600 depending on how expensive the testing is. A chimney inspection is a smart move if the home has a fireplace. You want to be sure it's safe to operate. Chimney inspections vary widely depending on whether they're visual or camera assisted. There's also pool and spa inspections, well and septic inspections, and lead-based paint testing for older homes. Your realtor and inspector will help you decide which of these are necessary based on the property. Now, for any sellers watching, this part is free. Preparing for a home inspection is just as important. You want to make sure the inspector can easily assess all areas of the home. That means unlocking the attic, basement, electrical panel, furnace, and crawl space. Replace burned out light bulbs so it's clear that fixtures work. Change the HVAC filter and make sure smoke detectors are working, and address obvious repairs ahead of time. Things like leaky faucet, loose door handles, or missing outlet covers. You can also choose to do a pre-listing inspection before putting your home on the market. This gives you a chance to fix issues in advance and give buyers confidence in your property. It can reduce surprises and even speed up the sale. So let's quickly touch on new construction. A lot of buyers think new homes don't need inspections, but I always recommend them. New doesn't mean perfect. Builders can make mistakes and things get missed. For new construction, consider doing a pre-drywall inspection, a final inspection before closing, and even an 11-month warranty inspection right before your builder's warranty expires. Even in new homes, inspectors have found improperly installed HVAC systems, loose roof flashing, and missing insulation, or unsafe electrical wiring. Don't skip it just because the home is shiny and new. So there you have it, a full breakdown of everything you need to know about the home inspection process. We covered what to expect, what inspectors are looking for, how much it costs, how long it takes, and what other types of inspections are available. Whether you're a buyer trying to protect your investment or a seller preparing to list, understanding this process puts you in a position of strength. If you find this helpful, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more real estate tips, and leave a comment below if you have any questions about inspections in your area or want recommendations for trusted inspectors in Northern Kentucky. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If this is the first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Northern Kentucky and the surrounding area, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Northern Kentucky. My name is Carrie Empero. I get calls and emails every single day from people like you, and you looking to make their move in Northern Kentucky. So whether you're moving in 9 or 90 days, just give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. Happy to help you to make a smooth move to Northern Kentucky.